Hi y'all, Elise here. By the way, I don't have a trail name yet because I've never thru-hiked, but Lisi is my nickname. That's why my channel is Lisi Takes a Walk, so feel free to call me Elise or Lisi for now. I got my video camera that I'm going to be using for trail, so mostly just to like play with it and test it out. I want to do a quick video about apparel, what I'm wearing on trail, at least to begin with, but I did want to, I'm gonna find my coffee real fast. I did just want to address like a couple of things before then. First of all, my eye still hurts, so I'm trying to get through a few doctor's appointments before I get to trail. Please excuse the neighbor dog, he's upset that I'm outside. So yeah, I am just kind of bummed about still being in pain. It's fine, it sucks, you know. I think one of the biggest hurdles, it like seems small, but I really don't like hiking in glasses. I have this pair of glasses that I love. My husband snapped them. These are my backups, and I was hoping to hike in contacts. I don't know if that's going to be possible now with the condition my eyes are in, so I'm kind of just mentally dealing with that. I also get IV infusions for the autoimmune illnesses I have, and obviously you can't take an IV infusion with you. Insurance is hard. We all know that, navigating insurance and getting put on different medication. And so right now I also don't know if I'm going to be on trail with any medication in my body whatsoever. I've done it before. I go into remission, and then, you know, you kind of relapse, and sometimes it can be much, much worse. So 6 months is a good remission period. Like if you're going into remission, it should be for at least 6 months. I feel good right now. So I don't know, like I'm not gonna let it stop me. If I can't get put on a medication, I'll have vitamin I, obviously, and I can probably bring a prescription pill with me, but it's not the same as what I've been on, and so it's just kind of scary. So yeah. Just another note I had, so I love shopping. I love to shop. Patrick, my husband, knows that like the Nordstrom anniversary sale is my Super Bowl. Like I love it. And so it's really going to be interesting, like having, I don't know, 6-7 articles of clothing for 6 months. But something a doctor told me, and I just want to say this because I think a lot of people don't realize, so hopefully I can share some knowledge with you. People who have fibromyalgia, more than other people, love comfy clothing. It's not that we're like slobs or that we hate our bodies so we wear loose clothing, but it's because like certain pressure on our body, you would feel it like pressure or compression or something like that. We can feel it like physical pain. And so tight clothing or clothing with lots of tags or denim, you know, that irritates all of us eventually, I think, or most of us. But for people with fibromyalgia, it can cause literal pain when it shouldn't. And so when I shop at Nordstrom, like I love buying slippers or like hoodies or comfy sweats or like one pieces or like, you know, stuff like that that are just like cozy and somewhat ridiculous when you have so much of them, right? But we all need cuddly things, but people with autoimmune disease need it more, right? So just something interesting. If you have a loved one in your life and you're like, they need another hoodie more than they need a hole in the head, it might be because obviously it provides emotional comfort, but for us it's also physical comfort. So just interesting. When a doctor explained that to me, I like felt so seen. So maybe someone in your life would too. Yeah, so I just want to go over clothing that I'm going to start with. Okay, so, oh, actually, before I do that, sorry guys, a couple things. One, I am just soaking up the comforts of home right now. My sister-in-law got me this amazing mug. I got like this bougie coffee that I love. It's not gonna be every day soon. Actually, a month from today, I will be doing the Approach Trail. So I'm not gonna get coffee all the time. I'm not gonna get gluten-free bagels with lox all the time. Probably not at all for 6 months. So I'm soaking it up. I've also stopped watching hiking videos of people who are going this year. The reason is it's so easy for comparison to set in and for doubts to set in, and I'm just not doing it. I'm so excited to meet these people in real life and to hike alongside them and all that, but I can already tell like watching videos of hikers this year is going to keep me from hiking my own hike. So yeah, I'm still watching some folks from last year who are still posting videos, and that is just making me super excited. Most of them are posting from Maine right now, and that is just great motivation, but I'm not watching videos from this year. Also, I've been really still struggling with whether to do the AT. And not whether to do the AT or not hike at all, but whether to do the AT or the PCT. I've watched all the videos, I've done a lot of research, so I know the pros and cons to both, as well as you can know them by not doing them both. But it's still a struggle. So anyway, just kind of some mental struggles. Just wanted to let you in on some of that. So anywho, tangent done. I think I've already told you that there's not a tangent I won't take, but now I'm going to show you my clothes. Okay, let's start with probably one of the most important things on trail, if not the most important, your shoes. These are the Ultra Lone Peak 5s. I got fitted at REI. These are a men's size. I'm a men's size 8, which is a true women's 10. You can tell that like the toe box looks really roomy, and let me tell you, it is. That was a huge reason that hikers recommended these, and I love them. I have a wide foot. They have a really great tread, which is going to be great, especially starting out in the winter, but you know, it's always kind of wet and slippery throughout like most AT, so this is going to be great. So yeah, I think there's a ton of room for my feet. There's 0 drop, which is supposed to help with plantar fasciitis, and that's one thing I was actually kind of worried about. I usually walk and run in Hokas, which have a ton of support. There are Ultras that are not 0 drop, but when I tried these on and all the hikes I've done in them, and I've also road walked in them, like I've tried to do different terrain, my feet feel really good. My calves feel good, my knees feel relatively good. So honestly, I think these are a keeper. I'm super excited to start out in them. So also, I've walked a good bit in the snow. I was kind of worried that they wouldn't be very waterproof, and first of all, there is no waterproofing, but these are pretty water wicking, I would say. So I was kind of worried, like, do I need a cold weather shoe? I don't think I do. So these are great. Okay, let's go from the ground up. So these are my gaiters. I showed these to people on Instagram yesterday. They're Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Aren't those, these are the best. Like, look at the little jewel, which like snaps into your shoe. So gaiters are for keeping like sand and rocks and stuff out of your shoes, kind of protecting your feet, but also protecting your socks. So I'm super excited about these because I think they're also just going to be an added bit of inspiration, and they fit great. I got them on Etsy. Ultra Gam is who makes these, so check her out. She has so many cool ones. I also have a pair of puppy gaiters, because like, how can you not look down at puppies and feel better about where you're at? I mean, you can. So super excited about those. Okay, let's see. I think I'm gonna do sleeping gear next. So I am gonna bring sleeping gear at least for winter. I don't want to sleep wet, and I definitely don't want to sleep cold. I know my body and I can push through a lot. It's very hard for me to push through cold. I have really bad circulation. So I've heard that even if you're wet, it's okay to be wet, but you don't want to be wet and cold. So it's important to layer, and it's important to be able to have something to put on while you dry out your clothes. So these are kind of they're like a polyester spandex blend tight, and I'm gonna wear these while I sleep. So they're kind of a mid-weight, they're super soft. Again, like the fibromyalgia in me is gonna be super excited to put these on at the end of the day, and that's important also to have something to look forward to at the end of the day. So yeah, I'm gonna wear these at night, but then also what I like about them is I could easily layer these under my shorts if I choose to wear shorts for the day, but want to layer, it'd be really easy to layer these. So I'm at least gonna bring these for the winter months starting out, and then probably the fall months ending. I also have, let's see, did I bring that here? Yes, I did. I also have a sleep shirt. This is more of a wool blend shirt than a polyester. I just liked the feel of this shirt more than the one that matched the leggings. But again, being a wool product, it's going to be pretty moisture wicking and warm. And again, what I like about this is I could also easily layer this under my clothes on kind of a colder day. So yeah, super excited about this. It's also like, it's funny, but this is also like a pretty normal looking town shirt. So like if I wanted to look halfway decent while I'm in town, this is a good like regular black shirt, so that when I'm around people, I look somewhat normal, right? So excited for this. Both are REI. Both are, let's see, this is a 2XL. I like my shirts roomy. The leggings are an XL. Which brings me to a good point. I've seen some fat phobic comments in the hiker groups that I'm in, and it just makes me really sad. I'm part of a plus size backpacker group, and they're the most supportive people ever, just about everything. But it makes me really sad that gatekeepers in the other groups think that like just because you're plus size means that you don't belong in the same outdoors as they do. I used to work for a sports team, and so I understand gatekeeping very well, especially for women, and especially for women who don't look athletic. And trust me, I understand that thru hiking is a sport. Like, it is tough. You are kind of treating your body is undergoing stress similar to what an athlete would put themselves through in training and in playing their sport. And so I'm not new to it. I've gone through it before. It just makes me sad. Like, the outdoors is universal. We all belong there. I'm gonna tell you my clothing size. Please just be kind about it. Okay? Thanks. Okay. This, my friends, is a miracle. I think Taylor, the New Hampshire hiker, which awesome videos. She's so knowledgeable. She's cool. She's just a cool girl. Posted about getting one of these, and so I also got one of these. So I don't know if you can see the texture very well, but it kind of looks like a feather boa, which great. But I was like, okay, how warm can it be? But then I started looking at reviews, especially on Garage Grown gear, I think, and like people's reviews were, they love Senchi Designs. He is like a really small business, really cool guy. He's a hiker. I mean, yeah. Anyway, I can't say enough good things about Senchi and this hoodie. This is the Lark hoodie. You can kind of see that it has like kind of a built-in buff that comes around your face. It has a hood. It is like somewhat see-through. It's the lightest material. I mean, this thing is like a feather, but it is so warm. So I think, honestly, that it will be warm enough to be my base layer in the winter, but also it might be cool enough to run as my sole layer for a good bit of the summer. We'll see. Oh, actually, I didn't bring it out with me, but I'll tell you about my other base layer for the summer. But I just love this thing. I actually might get another Senchi that's a little bit warmer just because I'm obsessed. But this thing is so cool. There are not pockets for those of you that want to know. But yeah, it's feather light. It keeps you warm, but not too warm. It's awesome. I can't say enough good things. Okay, so that brings me to my Melanzana hoodie. This guy, I love it. It's a good mid layer, or honestly, probably outer layer for a good bit. It has a great hood that cinches up. Yeah, and then has a nice koala pouch here. So Melanzanas are great. Every thru-hiker knows they're made in Leadville. I got it by appointment. You cannot get them online, so find a hookup in Colorado or go to Leadville, which I highly recommend. It's a great town, but I'm super excited about this. So like, I'm gonna be so sad to send it home. I basically live in this now. I'm gonna show you my puffy next. So I'm a big Patagonia gal. Love Patagonia. Figured I would get my puffy through Patagonia. But every thru-hiker talks about enlightened equipment. And I did get one of my sleeping bags through them. It's actually a quilt, which is different, but we'll talk about that in another video. But then I saw they make apparel. And so I ended up buying a puffy coat that was on discount, and it was a men's size, so it didn't fit me great. And one day I let my husband use it to go to a Broncos game. It's kind of Broncos blue, and he came home and he was like, what would it take for me to keep this? So I gave it to him and ended up getting another one for me, and we both love them. This is their puffer jacket, and I think it's the Torrid. I'll link it below, but you can find it on Enlightened Equipment. It is a dream. Similar to Senchi Designs, it's like the lightest model you can find. You can't convince me otherwise. It's like holding a cloud, but it's so warm. So warm. It has been, besides this week is finally warming up. It actually kind of feels like spring, but it's been outrageously cold. I was in the mountains last week and it was like negative 22 in the mornings. I would wear this and work up a sweat in no time. So this is their hoodie. Again, it like zips up right to your chin. So a good buff if you need one. Or a balaclava, I suppose. Let's see, it does have pockets, so that's great. And the hood is nice and comfortable. So I got the 2XL in women's, and it's nice and roomy to fit all of my layers underneath. So I'm so happy with it. I can't say enough good things about this. I know that I will be warm in this. I'm not worried about snow days or anything like that, because I've been in negative 22 degree weather with this, my Melanzana, and with my Senchi underneath. And like I said, I was working up a sweat. I was feeling good. So yeah, I'm just super excited to be able to rely on warm clothes. It is awesome. So I'm probably not going to need my puffy for more than a few months, I wouldn't think, all together, but I'm sure that I will get all kinds of use out of this rain jacket. So this is Enlightened Equipment. I bought it in the same size, so I was like, should I size up? But Enlightened Equipment does an excellent job with their materials, and they size the 2X to be able to fit over their 2X puffer. So this thing is awesome. It is super lightweight, just like everything else. So it packs down really light. It, I don't think, has pockets, which is good because you don't want all that stuff to get wet. It has kind of a great cinchable hood. Yeah, it's great. So I thought about going with something a little cheaper like Frog Clogs, but I really think that this is going to hold up. I'm super excited. So I got Enlightened Equipment's rain pants too, and I'm not going to show them to you because honestly they look like a trash bag. So imagine a trash bag in your house, and that's what their pants look like, but just like 2 of them for each leg. So again, super light. You are not going to know they're there, and what more do you need in rain pants? You know what I mean? So they're super cinchable. The 2X fits me really well. Yeah, so again, I could have gone with something cheaper, but I just trust Enlightened Equipment at this point. So I got their rain pants and I love it. So I will probably keep my rain gear with me most of the way because it's going to rain a lot. Oh, also, there is this is great, ventilation. So armpit ventilation, super important. I'm going to go ahead and put this on so you can kind of see. I just think rain gear on the AT is just like super important because it rains all the time. So, and again, I just think it's important to be warm. You are going to get wet, even this being a raincoat. If it rains all the time, it's going to get soaked through, but that's okay. I think that I'm going to stay warm with all the layers that I have underneath. So kind of moving to accessories, I was going to bring a hat. I still might. I do just have like this smart wool beanie, but actually I think that I just might bring my turtle fur buff as a little headband and be fine. Obviously I have enough hair to keep my head warm, although I might cut my hair. I'm bad at braiding and I'm not gonna bring a big brush, and this could be an absolute disaster. So I'm really sad, but I might cut it. I've gone really short before and I've been growing it now for like 2 years. It doesn't look like it now, but if you straightened it, it's actually shoulder length. So it's gonna be a sacrifice, but I might. So I'm probably just gonna bring this turtle fur buff with me. I'm gonna show you. All right. So you can also kind of use it. Keep your face warm. The AT can be really windy, so I think on chilly days I can kind of use it both ways, so we will see. I also have, this is by Catabotic local. I believe they're in Salida, but it's Catabotic gear. And so this is going to be especially when I sleep because my quilt does not have a hood, something to come over my head when I sleep. So I'll probably wear this while I sleep. What's kind of cool is these straps that have straps that actually go under your arms so that if you toss and turn at night, this won't go anywhere. So you just kind of slip it under your arms like this, and that way you can keep it in place. So I love that. Again, not interested in sleeping cold, so this will at least come with me for the winter. Woo. Oh my god. You guys, my hair by the end of this video is gonna look amazing. Okay, what else do I have? Gloves. Gloves. Okay. So I have these liner mitts by REI, moisture wicking, but definitely not waterproof. And then I have Fox wool gloves. These are awesome. And I was thinking about getting like a rain glove, but I don't know if I'm going to. I might when I kind of get closer to Maine, but I might just try to put like a waterproofing solution on these that makes them a little more waterproof. And then I'd wear the liners underneath if my hands get really cold. So just something I'm considering. I don't want to bring too much gear with me. I don't want to just bring the rain like over mitten, because those won't keep my hands warm. So I'm definitely bringing the mitten, definitely bringing the liner. My question now though is, do I want to bring one more hand layer? My circulation is worse in my hands and feet than anywhere else, and so it's just super important to me to not let my hands get cold, especially because as soon as my hands get cold, that's when I start tapping out. So just super important to have these layers. Also, that brings me to, should have mentioned my socks. We talked about shoes, I suppose, because socks are important. So I'm bringing 2 pairs of like the highest rated socks. So I'm bringing Darn Toughs. They're just kind of a crew length sock. And then I'm also bringing Injinji toe liners. I don't know if they're called toe liners. I'll link them, but they're toe socks with like throwback. I loved toe socks when I was in like elementary and middle school. I had a striped pair that should have belonged on a clown, but I loved them. So I'm bringing those. Those are really supposed to help prevent blisters. So yeah, bringing Darn Toughs and Injinjis with me. But then also for winter, I'm bringing these Smart Wool like mountaineering socks. You can see on the inside they're super plush, and so these will be to sleep in, or if there's like a crazy cold day, there's enough room in my shoe where I can wear these. So really excited about those. Yeah, you guys, that's it. Oh, I did say I was going to talk to you about just a couple summer layers. So I got a Dick's Sporting Good shirt. It's kind of like a Nike training shirt, just way cheaper. Yeah, so Dick's Sporting Goods, I actually would highly recommend their line of apparel. It's cheap, but it's just as good as Under Armour and Nike. So yeah, I'm excited about that. I'll probably have my husband get a couple more and send them to me along the way. Like, you can't prevent hiker stink, but I think in the summer, I'm probably gonna try to change out t-shirts a couple times. And then my guess is like when I get into the real bad summer, then I'm actually probably gonna wanna switch to like a Columbia fishing shirt or something like that, where I can button it all the way up and it's also long sleeve, because the mosquitoes are for real. I also have a hat with netting that comes down for the summer. I'll show you some of my summer gear before I go, but I know that is going to help with bugs. Another note is permethrin treating my clothing and my gear. So permethrin repels mosquitoes. Ticks is hugely important because Lyme disease is an issue on trail. So I am going to permethrin treat all my clothes before I go, and then I'll have to do it again on trail. But definitely permethrin treating my clothing and my gear before I go, because I'm not interested in Lyme disease. Starting early in March will help a little bit with that. At least the first part of my journey, but again, I'm not taking any chances. And then you guys, I'm gonna show you something that I'm super proud of. Okay, I'm gonna stand up. So these are Patagonia baggy shorts. You can kind of see. Yeah. Patagonia. I'm like gonna try to, here. Okay, now you're gonna see my cold leg is a little bit. Anywho. I feel like I'm gonna like hiking in shorts more than hiking in pants. I was considering pants, but I do hike hot. So I sleep cold, but I hike hot. So Patagonia women's baggies though, the 5-inch inseam is short for me because I have thick thighs. Not interested in chafing. I know I will. I'm bringing Body Glide and other stuff, but I just want to prevent it. So I got a pair of men's Patagonia baggies, and I cut out the netting because I don't need that, and they are perfect. So I think the men's Patagonia baggies are either a 7 or 9 inch. They seem maybe like 7 to me. I'll link them and you can see for yourself. But I'm just super excited. They're super comfortable. They're moisture wicking. They have great pockets, and the pockets for guys are so much better than for girls. Like, why do guys need deeper pockets? They don't carry as much stuff. So I'm super excited. Cutting the netting out was like the easiest thing I've ever done, and they just fit great, and they sit low, or they hit lower. The inseam goes lower on my thighs so that I won't chafe like crazy. I'm just not interested in that. Which actually brings me to, I forgot to show you, I am though probably going to bring warmer hiking leggings as well. These are REI. You can kind of see that they're a thicker material, really thick, nice and stretchy, but definitely thicker than what a legging would be. These are 2XL, and I'm gonna bring them at least for starting out. So they are full length. They have some nice like kind of ventilation though, all the way down, that runs like on the side of your leg. So I do like that. They're not going to be like sweltering, but that is one thing I noticed when I was hiking up in Winter Park last week when it was super cold, was I remembered good layers for everything except my legs. And like at one point my quads were like numb, like I was like hitting them and couldn't feel them, and it's silly to let my legs get that cold. So I am gonna bring these to start out with, and then I'll send them home in the summer and just wear my shorts probably. So I'm super excited about all the clothing I have so far. I just feel like I'm gonna be protected from the cold, and that I have a good start on summer. And I have time till summer, so if I need to switch some of that out, no big deal. I have things waiting in the wings just in case. And there's REIs and also outfitters along the way. So yeah, we're good. My husband is also going to be drop shipping quite a bit to me, and I'll talk about that in another video. I'm gluten-free and I have other food sensitivities, and so I think I'll be doing more boxes along the way than some other people do. So I'm getting excited about that. Some days I feel super prepared. Some day I'm like, what the heck am I doing? Usually I feel both those things in the same day. So yeah, it's getting so close, exactly a month, and I will be going up to find Springer Mountain. I'll be starting the approach trail and the Calola. I'm so excited. So thanks for watching my cold weather apparel video, and I'll see you next time.